Hello and thanks for watching this video from Tutorial Techie. Today I'm going to show you how to share files and folders between two Windows 7 computers using home groups. Windows Home Groups has made it fairly easy to share files with other people on your home network. However, there are a few pitfalls that you need to watch out for, and I'll try to point those out along the way. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to come down to my Start menu and click on the Control Panel. In the Control Panel, under Network and Internet, I'm going to click on the link Choose Home Group and Sharing Options. You may notice that I get an error that says the home group is not available because you're not connected to the home network. The reason that I'm getting this error is when my computer first connected to this network, it asked me what type of network are you connected to, public, work, or home. I chose public. However, home groups cannot be a part of a public network. They can only exist on home networks. You may notice that I also get the link Leave the Home Group. The reason this pops up is because this computer was previously a part of another home group. Your computer can be a part of multiple home groups, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how to leave a home group now. I'm going to click on the link, Leave the Home Group, and click on the Leave the Home Group button. I'll give this a second, and now the dialog box will pop up saying you have successfully left the home group. I'll click on Finish, and now you'll notice I no longer have the link, Leave a Home Group. Now I need to deal with this error. To create or join a home group, your computer's network location must be set to home. In order to check where your network location is set to, I'm going to come down here and open up the Network and Sharing Center. In the Network and Sharing Center, I see that this unidentified network, or the network that I'm connected to, is currently set to public. You can always tell what type of network you have based upon the little icon. Public networks have a park bench, work networks have a tower, and home networks have a home. The reason that Windows doesn't allow you to create home groups on a public network is so that you don't accidentally share files and folders with people that you don't know. You would hate to go to a Starbucks and have a stranger access sensitive documents that are found in your My Documents library. I am, however, on a home network, a network that's in my home and one that I don't mind sharing the files that are in my documents library with other people connected to the network. In order to change my network location, I'm going to come back to the home group settings and click on the link, What is a network location? Under this network location, I'm going to click on the Home Network button. Now that my network location has properly been set, I will be prompted to create a home group. On my home group, I'd like to share everything: pictures, music, videos, documents, and printers, so I'm going to make sure that all of those checkmark boxes are checked, and I'm going to click Next. I will now be given a password and be prompted to write it down. The reason I'm given this password is because all other computers on this network will be required to enter this in order to join the home group. This password is a little bit difficult for me to remember though, and there is a way to change it. So I'm going to discard this password and change it. The way that you can change a password for the home group is by clicking the link Change the Password. I'll click on that link and click on the button Change the Password. I'll be prompted to give a new password for my home group. I'll go ahead and type in a password that's a little bit easier for me to remember, $$$W0RD. I can click on Next, and now it will prompt me to write that password down. This password, $$$W0RD, will now be required for all other computers that want to join the home network that I just created. Well, that was easy. I just successfully set up a home group on computer number 1. Let's head on over to another computer, computer number 2, and try to join the home group that I created on computer number 1. You can see that computer number 2, like computer number 1, thinks that it's on a public network. I need to change this in order to join a home group because home groups can only be accessed on home networks. In order to change this, I can click on the link Home Group in the Network and Sharing Center. When I access the home group settings, I notice that this computer was also a part of a previous home group. Your computer can be a part of multiple home groups, however, I don't want this computer to be a part of any other home group besides the home group that was set up by computer number 1. So I'm going to leave the previous home group by clicking the link, Leave the Home Group, and clicking the button, Leave the Home Group. Perfect, I have successfully left the previous home group. Now I need to join the home group that computer number 1 set up. I still have to deal with this error: to create or join a home group, your computer's network location must be set to home. So I'm going to click on the link, What is a network location, and click on Home Network. Just like on computer number 1, I'll be prompted to create a home group. However, I do not want to create a new home group. I want to join the home group that already exists on this network. So I'm going to close out of this dialog box, Create a Home Group. Right now it says there is no home group on this network, but I'm going to give this a second to refresh, and perfect. Now it says John Sterling on VPC1, which is computer number 1, has created a home group on the network. In order to join this home group, I'm going to click on the button Join Now. When I click the button Join Now, I'll be prompted to decide what I want to share with other computers running on this home group. I want to share everything: pictures, music, videos, documents, and printers, so I'm going to make sure that everything is checked. I'll go ahead and click on Next, and now I'll be prompted for the home group password. This is the password that I created when I was setting up the home group. For me, I changed it to $$W0RD, so I'll type that in and click Next. Alright, perfect. It says I have successfully joined the home group. I'm going to click on the Finish button, give this a second, and now it shows me all of the things that I am sharing on this home group: pictures, documents, music, printers, and videos. Now that I've joined the home group, let's go ahead and try to share something. I'm going to open up my Documents library by clicking on Libraries and double-clicking on Documents library, and I'm going to create a new text document by right-clicking, going to New, and creating on Text Document. I'll name this text document, This is Computer Number 2. Let me open up this text document, and I want to see if computer number 1 can edit this. So I'll go ahead and ask the question, can you edit this doc? Let me go ahead and save that document by going File, Save, and I can close out of this. Let's head on over to computer number 1 to see if we can access that file that was created by computer number 2. I see right above computer there's a button called Home Group. You can access other computers that are part of this home group via that button. You can also access other computers via the Network button. I've actually had difficulty in the past accessing them via the Home Group button, but I've never had difficulty via the Network button. So I'll go ahead and click on Network right now, and all of the computers that are part of this network will appear. I see VPC1, which is computer number 1, and VPC2, which is computer number 2. I also see media devices. Because both computer number 1 and computer number 2 are sharing videos and pictures, they are considered media devices. If I double-clicked on VPC1:J Sterling, it would open up in Windows Media Player, and I would be able to access all of the videos and pictures that computer number 1 is sharing. Because I want to access a document on computer number 2, I'm going to double-click on VPC2, which is computer number 2. I see a users folder, so I'll double-click on the users folder, and the user that's sharing the document that I want to access is Jay Smith, so I'll double-click on that user, double-click on my documents, and there it is. That's the document that I created on computer number 2, and you can clearly see that I'm on computer number 1. Alright, let me see if I can view this document. I can. Now let's try to edit this document. I'll go ahead and type in the sentence. Let me try. I'll go File, Save. And this is interesting. I get a Save As dialog box that pops up. That normally doesn't happen when I go File, Save, but whatever. I'll just click Save, Yes, and I get a dialog box that pops up that says Access Denied. The reason that access was denied was because by default, home groups are read-only, which means that other computers on the home network can access your files, but they cannot modify those files. If I would like other computers on the home network to be able to modify my files, I need to click on the Share With button, scroll down to Home Group Read/Write, and click that. Now all users that are a part of this home group will not only be able to access the documents that are in my documents library, but they will also be able to modify those documents. It's important that you give read/write access sparingly, because when you do, all other computers that are a part of this home group will be able to modify the documents that are in the library that you've shared. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to change the documents library on computer number 1 to read/write, and I'm going to create a new document by right-clicking, going to New, and clicking on Text Document. I'll call this text document, This is computer number 1, and let me go ahead and open and edit this document. Can you edit this? I'm going to ask that question to computer number 2. Let me save this document and close out of it. Now let's switch back on over to computer number 2 to see if we can access that file and edit it. So I'm going to click on Network, click on VPC1, which is computer number 1. Click on the Users folder as soon as that pops up. There it is. I see the user that created the document, Jay Sterling, so I'll double click on that. Open up the My Documents folder, and there's the document that was created on computer number 1, and you can see that I'm accessing it via computer number 2. Let me go ahead and open this document, and it says, can you edit this? I'll go ahead and say yes, comma, computer number 2 can edit this. To be able to prove that, I will go File, Save, and I didn't get a dialog box that said access is denied. It just saved. Let's switch over on to computer number 1, and when I open that document, it says, yes, computer 2 can edit this doc. Something else that you should note is that not only computers modify the contents of a document, they can also edit the name of the document. I'll prove this by opening up the document that was on computer number 1. This is computer number 1. Clicking, and I can go ahead and rename this. I'll go ahead and type in, I can even rename documents. Now let's jump back on over to computer number 1, and you see the document that was previously called This is computer number 1 is now called I can even rename documents. Alright, now I've successfully shared files between two Windows 7 machines using home groups. If you're having difficulty doing this, it might be because your computer names are the same. In order to check this, click on the Start menu, right-click on Computer, and go to Properties. Under Properties, you'll see the computer name. The computer name for computer number 1 is VPC1. If I wanted to change that, I could click on Change Setting and click on the Change button. You see computer name VPC1 right there. I could change it just by entering something into that dialog box. If I did, a computer restart would be required. If I jump back over to computer number 2, I can check this computer's name the same way by going to the Start menu, right-clicking on Computer, clicking on Properties, and I can see computer name right there is VPC2. If two computers on the same network have the same name, they will not be able to communicate with one another, and you'll have all kinds of network conflicts. So if you're having issues, it's very important that you check the computer names and make sure that they're not the same. Well, that's going to do it for this tutorial. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.